Taste the biscuit, taste the pain. 3 years running, second place again. We used to lead, now we just chase. Didn't even touch first this time, what a waste. Don't touch that soccer sauce. He's Limp Bizkit, smooth but still no boss. 5 years dry, no shiny prize, just pretty passes and Twitter cries. Taste the biscuit, taste the bluff. It's all clean boots, but not enough. Arteta talks like we're built to win, but silverware's allergic to the North London grin. We brought win a dog, but we lose even more. 3 times second, never the king. And this year, we didn't even lead a thing. Same TikTok reels, same post-match tears, same false dawns for 5 long years. From invincible pride to annual pain, we chase our tail like it's part of the game. Limp Bizkit fence, fans still cheer, but the empty cabinet echoes loud and clear. Taste the biscuit, taste the drought. We talk the loudest, but still missed out. Stinker and hooked. Taste the biscuit, taste the pain. 3 years running.
Banger, absolute banger. Big up to all of you guys. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel if you're yet to do so. Everyone please hit the like button. Everyone please subscribe to the channel if you're yet to do so. Please do like the video. Please do subscribe. And yeah, we are here, ladies and gentlemen. We are here. We are doing this together. There is a world. The whole world is against Arsenal, Habibis. The whole world is against Arsenal. Yeah, the whole world is against Arsenal, but the fixture list is making sure that the PGMOL league is not going to Arsenal this season. Rodrygo rejects Arsenal as well. That's another news. Could Isak be headed to Liverpool Football Club? And Joao Pedro is headed to the Chelsea. So joining me first and foremost on the channel, the biggest rage baiter in the universe, but my brother as well. Man like Wolfie. How you doing, mate?
Salam, how are you, bro?
Hello, Allah, Habibi.
It's hot, man. It's hot.
Very well.
عندك مكيف.
This guy always has something to complain about. Astaghfirullah.
Bro, no, seriously, for the chat there in the UK, man. Like, it's hot, man. And we don't do aircon.
Man's not hot, never hot.
You know what's not hot?
What?
Arsenal's transfer window.
Wallahi, that's a nice one. That's actually a nice one. Did you see the reaction online to the fixture list? Oh, the world is against us.
I haven't seen their fixture list, man. What is it? What is it? I know they got
they're crying so much, man. Honestly, that fan base always has something to cry about, bro. Unbelievable.
Wait, they got a hard start then, bro. My start is so easy.
They do.
I'm gonna be top of the league end of September. Clip me.
Bro, I think they're gonna be really bad this season, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Anyway, joining me today, replacing LB. You get me? Got a Chelsea fan because the Joao Pedro story. He's back, an OG of the channel, an absolute legend. Man like Abs is in the building. How you doing, Abs?
Alhamdulillah, I'm all good, man. Thanks for having me back. Listen, hope everyone is doing well. As you can, the sun's out for all the people in the UK. Very good weather. So, I'm happy to be back and listen. Let's happy to unpack what's been going on, and including the Arsenal tiers today. And like, you know, I've been collecting them. They're in this water bottle here now, and I'll probably be collecting more somewhere. Big up, everyone.
Big up, Habibi. And finally, he's here, Mr. Lateness, Mr. Sesko. How you doing, Ashraf?
Don't ever call me that. Don't ever
Oh,
call me that.
Naeeman, that's the
Naeeman,
summer
Habibi.
cup, man.
Allah عليك. Yeah,
Naeeman,
summer cut,
Naeeman,
exactly, man.
Naeeman.
It's getting hot.
Summer
Especially where I am over here. It's super hot, bro. But
It's not hot.
what that nice little shape up
Yeah, but
in
you
that.
got
That was
aircon. عندك مكيف.
Yeah, of
at
course
home,
there's
it's
an
fine.
AC.
It's outside, yeah, Habibi. At home,
He's in the
obviously I have
UAE,
an
ya
AC.
akhi. The whole,
I was
the
gonna
whole
say,
country
man,
has an
at
AC.
home and outside ain't good in the UK, man.
Yeah, sad.
Oh yeah, fair.
Yeah, man, it's peak. It's very peak, innit?
Anyway,
Are you gonna come?
World against Arsenal. I like that title. I'm curious to know what that title
does
is
anyone
about.
know where the fuck I'm gonna find the fixtures? Okay, so this is the thing I wanted to start with because I'm trying to find the fucking fixtures.
Just go foot mob there. Got it on there.
Yeah, or just go like to. I think you can go on the Premier League website. You can find them there.
Wait, do you want a specific? You want Arsenal's one?
No, I have here. Khalas, I loaded it now. I've got the Anfield sector one, which shows
see
the
he's
City
prepared,
first five,
man.
Liverpool first five, and Arsenal first five. Anyway, so these are the fixtures. Let's talk about the fixture list first. You get me a different topic than the one we always speak about because the world is against Arsenal, apparently. Make sure you guys are liking. Make sure you guys are subscribing. Abdullah, if you have a channel you want to put in the description, please message it in the thingy.
I wish.
Anyway.
I speak for people. I help the guys out. That's all it is, man.
You have no channel to put in? You want me to plug in Shigs?
I mean, yeah, you could do. In fact, actually, when we're off, I'll tell you a bit more about what's happening with Shigs.
طيب خلاص okay, no problem. Yalla. Big up to all of you guys locked in. Make sure you guys are liking. Make sure you guys are subscribing. So the reason why there is a meltdown on the fixture list, Mr. Wolfie, and you know the Arsenal fans are already making excuses and shit like this. These are Arsenal's first 6 fixtures, habibi. Here we go. United away, Leeds at home, Liverpool away, Forest at home, City home, Newcastle away.
Okay, so the first 2 fixtures are easy, and then they're playing title contenders. But you got to play them at some time. Like seriously, what's the big deal?
Yeah, I like the fixtures. I think the fixtures.
Wait,
are really
what?
good.
Did you
And
just...
by the way, just so you know, Wolfie, watch this, yeah? Liverpool first 5 fixtures as well. Here you go. Bournemouth at home, Newcastle away, Arsenal at home, Everton, Derby, Burnley, fair enough, easy. And then Crystal Palace away.
Can you please put my first 6 fixtures on, bro?
I don't
That's
know.
lit, bro.
I don't know when
Sam,
I'm gonna find
Your
it.
first
I'll
few
send
fixtures isn't because I've read your thing. Isn't your like difficult-ish period like October, November?
Yeah, but the thing is, like, I genuinely like. I'm watching the reaction from like the Arsenal fan base on Twitter, bro. Some of these guys are just waiting to just give excuses.
Wait, are you actually being serious? Are you just like, you know,
Ask
gassing
Ashraf.
it up?
Ask Ashraf right now. Is there a meltdown in your
honestly-
fan base on the fixture list?
No, I don't know. I honestly haven't been online a lot today because the fixtures obviously got leaked before they got released officially. I was just in an Arsenal group that probably has like 30-40 Arsenal fans created by Sad. And there were some fans obviously talking about it there, but I don't know if it was a meltdown. I did say, however, if we do lose 2 or 3 of the first 5 games, there will be hell will break loose. But if you ask me for my opinion, I don't think the fixtures are that bad. I think it's good to have these fixtures now, actually, because you start the season with your full team. Everyone is available. Our record against the Big Six is actually amazing. Like, so we're yet to lose a game in 2 years against the Big Six in the Premier League. So
Yeah, exactly. Why are you complaining?
Isn't it like also?
I'm not. I don't know about these other guys. I'm not.
JJ Ash, shut up, man.
Big up, JJ Ash. Big up. Yeah, Troops lost his head. Many people, bro, they're saying, "Oh, this is such a tough start." Blah blah blah. I just
No, but
Okay,
isn't
but
it-
why are they not looking at it the other way around? You see, if they believed in if they trusted the process, surely they should go in there, chest out. We're in phase 17. We don't care who we're playing. We've got the Real Madrid trophy from last season. We can slap that in front of when we play Liverpool, when we play Forest.
You know, you have a
and
Real
everything.
Madrid fan here. Yeah, got slapped 5-1 by Arsenal. He's at Real
Yeah,
Madrid.
I know, and he can he understands what I'm saying because that trophy, you know, is huge. It's
No,
huge.
but
So
hang on, bro. Hang on. Can I? If we actually put this in context, Hassan, can you pull up the fixtures again? Because I just want to like,
Who,
I wanna-
Arsenal or Liverpool?
not Arsenal, not Liverpool. Look, Liverpool's thing is like, you know, I've seen
We
it.
don't
It's
have
not.
easy fixtures. We got the Derby, we got Arsenal, we got Newcastle away.
You've
That ain't-
got
it's
you've
not
got
like-
way easier fixtures. Stop it.
Listen,
Don't do
Hassan,
this shameless
Hassan,
thing,
it's not
Hassan.
like Hassan. If you look at Arsenal's thing, right? So
Leeds
first
at
of all,
home is easy. Let's be honest.
yeah, first at home.
They've
Yeah.
beaten 3-0 before. Wolfie,
Forest
with
at
all due
home is
respect.
super easy. It's the easiest game in the,
Okay.
in the entire list.
That's
oh,
fine.
you going
Okay,
down that
cool,
road, are you?
cool.
So
United
bang
away, you
on-
consider United a tough team?
The thing is,
And
we
it's
do
not like
struggle
Arsenal-
against them at Old Trafford. I don't know how they'll start. I don't know who they're going to sign. It depends.
Nah, you don't listen. I'll be honest with you. Arsenal, I don't remember the last time Arsenal got slapped at OT. Now I know they won there, not last
Wait,
season.
what?
Yeah, they haven't lost for a while.
Oh, OT.
Yeah, OT.
Yeah, we haven't
OT.
lost against United in the Premier League in 2.5
Alas,
years.
what are you crying about then?
So
I'm
it's
not
that
crying
deep.
about
Now,
it.
listen,
Who cried
if you
about
look at Arsenal's fixtures now, I'll be honest. So I'm not saying it's particularly easy. Now I'd be gaslighting, but for me, my way of looking at it is it's kind of a reverse of R1 because if you look at Chelsea's last 5 games, for example, let's go from 32 to 38. We have to play City, United at home back to back, and then we've got Liverpool and Spurs back to back as well. Liverpool away and Spurs at home.
then
And
Forest.
just to appease Wolfie, Forest at home just before that. So for me, it's kind of like it's one of those things. It's double-edged. Would you rather
Forest.
have? Would you? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Listen. That's
No,
the
you would rather have it at the end of the season because I remember looking at Chelsea's fixture saying, "Good luck," but then when you put the context into it, United were on the beach for their final. Liverpool were drunk. Who
Nah,
else did you have?
I'm not hearing that. I'm
Oh,
not
come on,
hearing
bro,
that.
man. Yeah,
No.
you're not.
Do you know why I'm not hearing that? 'Cause
Liverpool rolled over in that game.
No. The
They
reason why I'm
rolled
not
over.
hearing that, the reason why I'm not hearing that is because you're saying this in hindsight. Nobody said this in foresight.
That's what I
Everyone
just said. That's what I just said.
That's why I'm saying you can't say that because this idea.
Of course,
that
I can say it.
No. The idea that people
Abdi
try to
has.
take credit-
Did they
No,
start their full
the
team?
fact that
Can you name Liverpool's starting 11 against Chelsea when they lost 3-1?
Exactly.
I don't
Can you
care.
name
Let me
them?
tell you. No, let me tell you.
You don't
They played
care.
virtually. Listen, Salah, Virgil, Trent, and Alisson were all on the pitch, and McAllister was on the pitch. That's
And the
probably their
rest?
5 best players.
The rest?
What about the rest?
Rest,
Name the
I
others.
don't remember. They played Diaz.
Ah,
selective
They played
memory,
Robertson,
selective memory.
They played. Listen, they may have put Curtis Jones and Kwanzaa in, but that's it. The facts are no. The facts are even with that context, everyone will say, you know,
How do
what?
I come back and I'm hearing Kwanzaa and Curtis? Where did we go from?
Because-
Apparently,
Hassan,
you put
what it
a
is,
full strength team out against Chelsea.
No, Hassan, because it's basically guys are starting to try and discredit the run we went on towards the end of the season, saying, "Oh, these guys were all on the beach." I'm so sorry. Everyone was saying, "Oh, you're gonna get slapped by Liverpool. Newcastle will slap 5 past you. Forest are."
Yeah, but this is not the Chelsea topic. We're talking about the fixture list now, Habibi.
No, I would just listen. It was because of
Yeah, don't worry. I'm gonna ask you about Joao Pedro. Don't fall for the Wolfie the rage bait.
I didn't say nothing, man. All I said was that in
Carmelo's
hindsight-
calling you out, by the way.
Huh?
Carmelo's calling you out.
Silver. I mean, the only crown there is the spelling of the word forest, which isn't a really hard word. So, super chat again, correct your spelling, and I'll
Carmelo,
pretend I
that-
didn't
that's
see
an
it.
L.
Yeah?
I'm not gonna
I
lie,
mean,
Carmelo. That's an
seriously,
L.
putting clown and then spelling forest with a double R. Nice try.
My
There you
God,
go.
calm.
So, what do you think of this fixture list starts, Habibi? Ashraf?
I genuinely think it's good, guys. You know how I criticize the team when there is criticism to be given. But people remember last season there was the same outrage. We had City away, Spurs away, Villa away in our first 5 games. We won 2 and drew 1, and the one we drew was with 10 men for a whole half, and where City equalized in the 95th minute. So if anything, this is actually very good for us. We get to start the season with our full team. Hopefully, everyone healthy. We are very, very good against the Big 6 teams. If anything, the Big 6 teams have more to worry about playing Arsenal early than the other way around. Because it's later when we get jaded and injuries happen and the manager gets the pressure, blah, 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 that we start bottling certain results. In the beginning, I don't think it's a bad thing for us at all. And also, by the way, this could have a double positive effect on us. Maybe if the owners and the manager and all look at it and say, oh shit, we're playing United first fixture. Let's say they're getting Bomo, they got Cunha, whoever they get a striker, I don't know. That might.
Sorry, Ashraf. Modric has been charged. Breaking news.
I read. Yeah, he got charged for the
that is
dunk.
a big shame. That's a big shame, to be honest.
Thank God we didn't get him out. Like Arteta and Edu did the right thing, I guess that time.
And
But
Lewis
anyways,
Skelly's signing a new contract. More breaking news.
yeah. Oh, yeah, exactly. How many of your left backs were Madrid chasing this summer? Yeah, but Lewis Kelly said, "Get out of here, Madrid. I don't want to go and get slapped up."
Is he technically a left back?
He is going to be a left back, I think, moving forward. I don't think he's going to play midfield again for Arsenal. But yeah, I said that I was going to say the second thing it could have as a positive effect is it might expedite some transfers. Like you know how Arsenal PR is so strong, and the Arsenal media and marketing team are so clever. If they think there's like restlessness with the fans, fixtures, this and that, they're gonna be like, just expedite the Zubimendi transfer or expedite the. I read today, I don't know who reported, I forgot, that we're getting closer to Sesko, and we've agreed terms with him apparently.
Again.
So yeah, I hope it breaks down.
Your guy Sesko, huh?
I hope it breaks.
Wait, how many times do you agree terms with a player before you actually sign them? That's what I don't get.
To be honest, we never agreed with Sesko. We only agreed with Zubimendi in terms of personal terms. I think I think Sesko clearly prefers us, and clearly so does Gyökeres. They both want to join Arsenal. I think Bert is just playing that game of, I'll agree with both and see who we'll decide on in the end, which should be
Is
a
the lack
no-brainer.
of transfer activity worrying you looking at this fixture list?
No, not yet. I'll be worried in July. I won't be worried now.
I'll speak to the Arsenal fans that are complaining. Forget Ashraf because he's not complaining. But I'll be honest with you. You guys would complain about anything. At this point in time, you just want to use excuses. No one gives a fuck, respectfully. Whoever you have to play everyone twice at the end of the day. The world is not against Arsenal. This is not like this agenda. This is not this PGMOL league bullshit. At the end of the day, you have to beat whoever's in front of you. End of. We got Bournemouth, which is difficult. We got Everton, which is difficult. We got, Arsenal, which is difficult. We have to go away to St. James's Park. You don't see me complaining. I'm down, bro. Listen, bring up whoever. Bring me anyone. And let's take them on. And that's it at the end of the day. Because when I look at Arsenal, for next year, you guys, it seems like you're already ready to just start unleashing excuses on everyone's faces. You cannot unleash excuses on everyone's faces because, by the way, one of the things that Arteta gets praised for is his record against the Big Six. So you can't flip-flop now. He's good against the Big Six. By the way, first 6 games, we're going to play like 2 Big Six sides. Okay, his record is good against the Big Six. And
3
as
Big
well,
Six, yeah.
As well, it's always the same people that are complaining about the same shit. Like it's just like, we have a difficult start. Okay, and what? Don't you have to?
What's
beat
their
everyone
finish
anyway?
like? What's their finish like?
I don't know. I didn't check their finish, but people are moaning about the start.
The fact that they haven't talked about it probably means it's quite routine. Let me ask you this though, Ashraf. What happens if you do take a good few L's in those opening 5-6 games?
It's gonna be meltdown.
Then
I think hell will break loose then. If we take like 2 L's in the first 5. No, trouble, no. I think they'll still give him till like at least mid-season, if not the whole season. But I do think hell will break loose. Fans will go mental, especially if we don't make the right signings. Because if we make the right signings and we still lose 2 games out of the first 5, I think the fans will be like, yo, it's the manager. But if you don't get the players, you're going to find the divide again. The owners never backed him up. They didn't want to pay 80 million for Gyökeres. They didn't want to pay this for Rodrygo. It'll be all that crap. So it's a mixture of both, in my opinion.
But here's with Arteta. I can't see Arteta's biggest issue is I feel like he suffers from something similar to sorry, one sec.
Bro, do you know their last 4 games? Fulham at home, West Ham away, Burnley at home, Crystal Palace away. That's why they've not been crying.
12 out of 12 points.
Yes.
Yeah, that's 12.
Yes, sorry about that, man. What was I saying? So the things with Arteta, my thing is, and I mean this respectfully, I actually think when people call him a crap manager or whatever, I think tactically Arteta is amazing. Like tactically genuinely one of the best gaffers around. The problem with Arteta, he suffers from something which Klopp and Wenger suffered from as well. He needs someone to save him from himself, because I feel like it's come to a point where people keep saying, the ball's not backing with certain guys or whatever, but I don't know what it is. I feel like he is targeting a specific type of player, which is completely different to what the Arsenal fan base want.
He's
For example,
targeting NBA players. Let's say it as it
Yeah,
is.
that's basically what it is. So it's not a thing of because
Wait,
I
you
don't think
guys
it is.
know
I'm not
that? So
I'm
sorry.
not even bullshitting. You know it.
Abdi, so
no,
sorry
but
to cut
Hassan,
you off.
this is
You
my
guys,
thing. So this is why when it
do
comes
you
to
guys know
Arteta,
that Sesko played basketball until the age of 16?
That
You guys
doesn't
know
Doesn't
that, yeah?
surprise me, man.
it's not
He
surprising.
played basketball till the age of 16.
It's not surprising. He's like 2 meters tall. But this is my thing with Arteta. This is why I feel like I don't know. He's a manager where, and as I said, it's the same thing with Klopp. Because Klopp suffered from this problem as well. Hassan can attest to this as well.
Yeah, but
especially
then
with the-
Klopp at least won, which is why you could handle it.
No, I know, but I'm saying it's not. I'm not saying it's an excuse. I'm saying they fall under the same bracket. Wenger suffered from this problem as well, and there's a few other managers suffer from it. He just needs someone to save him from himself. Because for me, I feel like the worst thing Arsenal have done is give this guy full power. Because he has now built a team where even though tactically Arsenal are probably the best, one of the best, coach teams in the country, I don't think the quality of player is there purely because I don't think this guy can.
I don't get
identify
people like this,
correct
honestly.
it.
Like, do you guys why do you guys want robotic conversations where we just sit up here and just praise everything your club do? Bro, you guys are so nauseating because
It's
4
so
weeks ago on the football terrace, Wallah al Azim, in the comment section were sending super chats saying Jokeres is better than Isak. I swear to God, Arsenal fans were telling me Jokeres is better than Isak. Now you want Sesko's better than Jokeres. You just back everything your club does. You're incapable of doing any
NPCs.
constructive criticism at all.
They
You're
are
just
NPCs, yeah.
incapable. You just can't criticize. Khalas, whoever your club sign, let's go. We're gonna sign this guy directly. Like anyone that your club wants, you're just sitting here praising. Abdullah's club wants Garnacho. We ain't gonna praise it. My club was linked to Sesko. Go watch my own videos when Sesko was linked to Liverpool. I was saying Sesko's shit when he was linked to us. You guys just out here crying about everything, bro. You guys just want consistent praise all the time. I'm sorry, that's not gonna happen because we're here to have real conversations. We're not even trying to banter. At the end of the day, the Arsenal fans are crying about the fixture list because they just already want to weaponize excuses. Oh, look, we have such a tough 6 games. Okay, so guess what? That means when the Champions League starts and you have 2 games a week, you're going to have easier fixtures. That's number one. Number
That's a
two,
very
your
good
record
point.
against the big 6 is something you've showed off for the last 3 years. So now what?
Perfect.
Now what?
I think that's a great point. When they get into the Champions League side of the season, then they can't complain about the fixtures.
It's crazy.
They can't
And
complain
also,
about the fixtures.
Yeah,
And
you're
at the
right.
end of the day, we all know they will still complain. They'll be, I don't know, Jesus will still be injured and they'll say, oh, we've got injuries again. He needs another year and what have you, man. Or, whoever you sign, Sesko, oh, he just needs to adapt to the Premier League. He needs 6 months, blah, 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 whatever. The excuse is all written out, man. There's a book of it, man. A book of it that they just refer to, depending on what the excuse needs. At the end of the day, you got to talk about the facts in front of you. Facts are you still signed no striker. The facts are you have to play every team twice in whatever order they come in. The facts are if you win those games, then you're going to put daylight between yourselves, Forest, Liverpool, Man U, whoever else they've got in that list. That's the facts. Win your games, you win the league. It's that simple.
Yeah, fact, by the way. Arsenal have to beat everyone. End of. And the thing is, like, this is why
I genuinely think we'll do well. I think we'll do well in the first 5 fixtures. I'm not gonna lie. I think we win 4 out of 5 games.
Oh, for real.
Are you losing too
To
far?
be fair,
I don't think we lose any game. I think we win 4 and draw 1. I still don't think we win the league, in my opinion, but I do think if we start with a full squad, which unless someone gets injured in preseason, hopefully nobody does. I think we win 4. I think we draw to Liverpool and we win the others.
you know what's funny? I have a feeling that there's going to be a shock result here in terms of a shock win and a shock.
What, like Leeds winning at the Emirates or something?
Now, not even. Well, I don't even think Leeds winning the Emirates would actually. No, it would be a shock. But would Leeds drawing at the Emirates be a massive shock, or would that just be an ank?
It
Yeah,
is
no,
of
a
course that
massive
would be a
shock,
massive shock,
obviously,
bro.
yeah.
What the hell?
I don't know, because I feel like a promoted team always has like a crazy result every year. So even though in isolation it is a shock, it's not like completely.
You realize, Abdi, the last 2 seasons we have won every single game against the promoted teams. Everyone. Not even a draw. Every one we've won.
That's not
the last-
true.
Fair enough.
That's not
Well,
true.
you know what? Do you know
Really?
what's so mad?
Which one?
You
Name the
lost
game.
to us at the City Ground the first season we were back. 1-0.
What? When?
22,
You know that
In the
game
last-
that cost you the title?
I said the last 2 seasons. What are you on about?
Yeah, so
the
2
last 2
seasons
seasons.
ago.
Yeah.
Are you talking 20?
No,
Hold on,
we
are you-
beat you.
Wait, which
We
seasons
beat
are you
you
including?
2-1 and 2-1 home and away. 2-1, 2-1 2 seasons ago. And this last season, you were not a promoted team. So, it
Oh, so
doesn't
you're
count.
not counting. So we're no longer in this season, is what you're saying?
Yeah. I'm saying the season
Yeah,
that
okay,
just
that's
passed
fine. I'm just doing
and
the
the one
maths.
before that.
fine.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
no, no, I'm
are
not-
you declaring?
You're referring 22, 23. No, I'm saying 23, 24, 24, 25 because 24, 25 is done.
Yeah. All right, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm still semi in this season mode. You know what I'm saying? Like
No,
the
yeah,
new
that's-
season hasn't started, therefore we're in this like.
You want to
Bermuda
believe?
area.
No, Wolfie. You want to believe the ending didn't happen?
Hmm.
Is that what it is?
Well, I just fine. Last time I looked at the table, we were third. So
By the way, this is so true from JJ. Arteta signs Nunes. Arsenal fans will say he's the best striker. By the way, this is facts. If
Yeah, you love
Arsenal
that Wayne
tomorrow
guy
announce that
come
they're
and say,
interested
"Oh."
in Nunes, bro, I promise you, people will literally come up here and prop it. People will come up here and go like, "Oh yeah, by the way, Darwin Nunes can be saved by Mikel Arteta, and he's 6'6" and he's an athlete and he runs and blah blah blah." Bro, we know what you guys are like. You just want to defend everything your club does.
no,
Yeah,
but
I
I'll
sit here-
defend them.
By the way, when Arsenal were linked to Rodrygo, every single one of us praised us. Every single one of us praised the Rodrygo thing. We came here and I said, Rodrygo to Arsenal uplifts the team, it uplifts the squad, it helps take it to the next level. I'm praising Arsenal. I spent the last 2 years praising Arsenal, but I'm sorry, now with another season where you have failed, you need players to take you to the next level. And if you think that Sesko is going to make me as a rival fan go like, oh wow, Arsenal scare me, you know, it's just, yeah, that's just not gonna happen. By the way,
Yeah, but-
forget all of us. Ashraf is an Arsenal fan. He watches the Bundesliga week in, week out, and even he thinks Sesko's shit. So where do you go from here?
You're being harsh on them. If I'm being
I
honest,
think he's
with you.
overrated.
No, like there is segments of every fan base that the moment they're linked to a player, it's as if
They
that
get
player
excited.
came through their academy. I had it last season when we were linked with Eddie Nketiah. I was like, this guy's shit. I don't want him. Man, I was getting like, how can you say that? He's a Premier League striker. You know, he'll love the club and all this. It's like, bro, we're just linked with him. He hasn't scored a winner for side. Do you get that in all fan bases? To be fair to the Arsenal fans, I'm gonna be like fair on this one. I see it in all the fan bases.
I will say I remember last season there were Liverpool fans saying Endo is a better signing than Caicedo. I do remember that.
Yeah.
I do remember that.
Yeah, but
Oh,
actually, if I'm talking
it
even
does
before the signing, and then there's the flip when that
Yeah,
link
yeah,
gets
yeah.
rejected, like you see with the Man City fans and Verts. Oh, he's shit now.
No, but
Cherokee
you know what
better.
it is like with I don't know. I feel like if Arsenal go and
Yeah, KM, guess what? I call them out every day. So I'm keeping the same energy. You guys are mad at someone who kept the same energy. I'll play you the short right now from when Liverpool were linked to Sesko. I'm not gonna change my mind, bro. It is
That's it,
what it
long.
is. Arsenal needs signings for positive like reactions even from their own players. Like Gabriel Saliba need to walk into that dressing room, look around and feel so positive about the season. Because all it takes, and this is something that I have pointed out, and people just get really angry because they don't understand my point. Every game for Arsenal at the start of next season is going to be like a World Cup final. They are in a pressure cooker scenario. Literally, it's a pressure cooker. All it takes is one bad result for Arsenal, and the whole fan base is going into fucking meltdown. I promise you all. All it takes, by the way, United away, right? First fixture. Let's say Arsenal 1, United 1. Immediately, people are going to lose their shit that very second. People will not wait. People will not be patient. People will not do anything. People will be so mad, bro. Like, I think people will turn. I think Arsenal are closer to having a season where Liverpool, like, remember Liverpool 2 years ago, where we had a really bad start to the season, we finished 5th. I think Arsenal are closer to having that type of season than they are to like winning the league. And in order to change that, so you ask me, what can Arsenal do from now to the end of the window to change that? Sign Jokeras, sign Rodrygo, sign these level caliber of players, and I'll tell you, guess what? It uplifts the whole team. Look at it from Van Dijk and Salah's perspective. They walk into the preseason now. They've got Frimpong. They've got Karkas, best left back in the league last year. They've got what's his name, Florian Wirtz coming in. Everyone feels uplifted. Everyone feels excited for the new season. While you look at the Arsenal situation and you're like, okay, so what am I going to be working with? Sesko and Semenyo? Sesko and Semenyo is what Ashraf is supposed to be excited about. Versus Liverpool signing Wirtz, possibly Isak, possibly all of these guys. So I'm not even trying to be shameless. I'm not even saying any bullshit. I'm being completely objective right now. I think Arsenal fans are complaining because they know what is to come right now. I think they're going to have a... I think the Arsenal fans are worried about the start of the season because they know all it takes is one bad result and it's going to be all hell break loose.
But Hussein, just to add to what you said, because I agree with your point, but the inverse is just as dangerous. Because let's say they don't sign a left winger or a striker, then you've got Havertz who's like, you know what? I'm good. I'm playing my new position, my new 9 position that he's in. I'm solid. I don't need to put 9 out of 10 performances, 8 out of 10s week in, week out. You're going to have Martinelli and Trossard thinking, I just got to be better than him. There ain't no Rodrygo here. I'm comfortable. So you get that element of complacency into it as well, because there's no real competition for that position. Because if you have a bad game, what can Arteta do? You can't drop the player if there's no one better to come in.
And this is the annoying part. Like I think we are I mean, if assuming Zubimendi is through the door, which all credible journalists are saying it is, we just need 2 quality players to come in. And I mean, when I say quality, I mean obviously some big examples of Gyökeres and Rodrygo. And suddenly we look so different. Forget if you're Arteta in, Arteta out. Forget like all that stuff, because I think all of us agree, whether we rate Arteta or not, he's still a good manager. He might not be good enough to get us over the line, but he's like good enough in terms of managing certain games and stuff like that. I don't think we win the league with him there, don't get me wrong, but at least what I'm trying to say, if we get Rodrygo and Gyökeres and you add Zubimendi, assuming no one else leaves, I'm hoping Partey
builds excitement.
It builds excitement, and generally, you guys might think I'm exaggerating. I don't think I am. You guys know I don't make biased takes for no reason. I generally think that means our squad becomes the best squad in the league. We might not have the best manager, and that might be a disadvantage, but we have a squad that can rival these other teams like Liverpool and City, and gives us a good chance. You have a fantastic winger, fantastic striker, and even your squad depth then becomes quite good. Imagine if now Partey becomes the backup to Zubimendi. Imagine if Kai Havertz, Trossard, and Martinelli as starters are not good enough. Kai Havertz, Martinelli, and Trossard as the backup 3 are not bad. They're actually good backups to have because they can come off the bench, impact games. So we need to be smart about how.
It's not even about them impacting games.
I'll be honest. Wait, actually, I'll start going.
Just a quick point. The fact is, they can be used as relief for the League Cup, for the FA Cup.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or even in the Premier League, coming off the bench.
That way, Arteta doesn't have to play Saka against Preston again.
Exactly. There's just a little rotation. I agree with you, bro. I honestly think Arsenal 2, maybe 3 players.
But can I tell you the dangerous scenario, Wolfie? There's a dangerous scenario people aren't deeping. Arteta is not the type of manager to settle. This is why when Abdullah says save himself from himself, I understand what he's saying. Here's the problem. Let's say Club World Cup ends. Rodrygo's like, listen, I've spoken to Xabi Alonso. I'm going to stay at Real Madrid. I like where I am right now. I think Arsenal at that point in time will just stick with Martinelli and Trossard. I won't even lie. That's honestly what I think. And I think if you stick with Martinelli and Trossard and don't make a difference to that position down the pitch, and then you go sign like Sesko, Zubimendi, I don't think that takes you over the line.
Shane, listen, that shameful in the comments saying comparing him to Jurgen. Listen, the fact that you couldn't comprehend the point that was being made is on you, my brother. I'm not comparing them in terms of quality at all. What did he say? He's basically like, who's this guy comparing?
He needs to relax, bro.
It's nothing to listen. The fact that you can't comprehend what I was saying when everyone on here completely understands it is on you, my brother. So listen, charge it to the game.
What was the point that you wanted to make, Abdullah, about this Arsenal thing?
No, my point was, I already told you, I made it very clear. For me, like, there's 2 things. Number one, you can't have your cake and eat it. You can't tell me, listen, our record against the big teams is fantastic, and say, we don't like the fact that we're going to play loads of big teams. Because surely if your record against the big teams is fantastic, then, okay, yes, you're not going to win every single one of them. It's silly to expect to win all of them, but you won't, like, even if worst comes to worst, you lose one of them, you won't get slapped, if that makes sense. And also, and the point is that with Arteta, and I disagree with people who say that Arteta isn't good tactically or he can't win. I do think the thing that stops him from winning is the fact that how do I say this? He lacks the ruthlessness which some winners have, which is why I've always said this is something that he lacks. Because as I said, tactically, he's amazing. There's a reason why Arsenal don't lose big games, because tactically, there's not 3 managers in the league better than him. But for me, like, I don't know. I feel like because he's basically been allowed to have a dictator type role at Arsenal, that's what's going to stop them. Because
Look, one thing he has to do, one thing he definitely has to do next season from the very beginning, regardless of who we sign, is he has to go back to a proper attacking style. I'm not saying against the big teams. Against the big teams, I think what he does is fine. You do that. You ask your wingers to track back, do all the kind of defensive structure. I have no issues with that because it's a big game. You want to be careful. I get it. And his results speak for themselves against those big teams. But against the other 14 teams in the league that are not part of the traditional Big Six, you need to go for the games. You have to attack. This myth, okay, it's not a myth. Maybe it applied years ago. But you know how people keep referencing Sir Alex Ferguson's quote about attack wins you games, defense wins you championships. That's no longer the case. Football has changed now. Attack wins you championships. If you look at the Premier League winners from the last 5 seasons, I know it's only been 2 teams, but my point is, they've always had the best attack. The team with the best defense hasn't always won.
Haaland legendary season, Salah legendary season. You get me?
Exactly.
And then even players turning up on both sides.
Arsenal had the best defense 2 seasons ago, but we didn't win the league. 3 seasons ago, when Liverpool and City were going at it, the 93-92 point season, both of them conceded only 26 goals. So both of them had good defense, but City scored a lot more. Or not a lot more, but they scored more in the Premier League. Attack makes the massive difference. That's why when if you think about the best 5 teams of the last 10-15 years, they've been known for attack first, defense second. Madrid, Bayern, Barca, City, Liverpool, and PSG now, if you want to count PSG as well. It's not this defense wins you championships does not apply anymore. You need to have a good defense. Don't get me wrong. It's an absolute must. But your attack has to be incredible.
Marcus, you're saying Arteta out on all of the fans that blindly back him. Here's the thing. Ashraf is Arteta out, Marcus. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you supporting the channel. And listen, I'm not an Arsenal fan. Here's the thing. I want to have a genuine conversation with the Arsenal fans. Guys, with all due respect, I've backed you 2 years in a row. Before the start of last season, I said you're going to win the league. The season before that, I said you're going to win the league. 2 years in a row, I got excused for twerking for Arsenal and was even enlisted I was blacklisted because I was doing the Arsenal are going to win the league videos. As things stand, I'm sorry. 3 years of being in title races and not winning, I can no longer back it. I just can't. The only way that I can say Arsenal might be like serious next season is if you sign the players that we're speaking about signing. But please don't tell me that with Sesko, I'm supposed to sit up here and go like, oh yeah, Arsenal are dangerous. No, they're not. I think Arsenal need Jokeras. I think they need Lau. And by the way, Ashraf brought this up last week and he's 100% spot on. If Rodrygo doesn't sign for Arsenal, that's not the end of the world. You can go find other players. Go get Leao. Go get Barcola. Players like this. There are players available. You know, but there are shit scenarios that haven't even brought up. I could do real agendas and tell you your club is one of the clubs that are linked to Garnacho. I could bring that up. I could go like, okay, so what happens if you sign Sesko and Garnacho? Then what? Then what? We could both play this game, but I'm being very objective about your club. And I just think you don't have the manager. And as things stand with the players that you're linked with, you don't have the exciting signings that will get everyone off their feet, specifically considering the fact that as things stand, bro, Arsenal are in a pressure cooker scenario. Anyway, let's go from pressure cooker to the Premier League champions. Let's talk about Liverpool. Big up everyone locked in. Guys, we can't have almost 900 people in here. We're not even at 200 likes yet. So we sit here and we criticize Sesko, and you guys all have worse conversion rate than him. You're all a bunch of Hoylands in the chat. Close the live chat and like the video. It helps the channel grow. It helps us all grow together as a community. Just close the live chat. It's not money. I'm not asking you for super chats. I'm not asking for any of that. It's just like the video and subscribe. Everyone, please close the live chat, like and subscribe. I do want to move on to talk about Liverpool, though.
Because you show my fixtures for like 1 second, man, and then talk about Liverpool.
Yeah, maybe there's nothing interesting in your fixtures.
Tell me I'm not going to be top of the league after the first 6 games.
You want to be top of the league.
Really?
Yeah, because you play Arsenal away.
Stop it, Wolfie.
Yeah, but Arsenal's scared of their opening fixtures, so, you know, what am I
Not against you, though. Wolfie, not against you.
There you go. There you go.
Anyway, Liverpool Football Club. Serious links came out, Fabrizio Romano to Alexander Isak. There are other links to Hugo Ekitike. There are links to other strikers around the league. Do you guys think if Liverpool, I'll start with you, Wolfie. Do you think if Liverpool sign a striker that we're ready to retain the title and be serious Champions League contenders next year?
I think you're already ready without a striker. Striker could be the differential, like that puts a better gap in between it. It's just, are you going to get rid of that donkey up front? You know what I'm saying?
He's gone, alhamdulillah.
He's gone or going?
Listen, according to Fabrizio, he said guaranteed Nunes leaves Liverpool this summer. Alhamdulillah.
Okay, well, you know, we'll see what happens. I just think the signings you've made are very good. I like Kirkes a lot. He's gonna slot in right there. I still think you should play Bradley to start with at right back. And you know what? I still think there's a player in Jota if he stays fit, man. If he stays fit, there's still a player within him. But a striker is just the icing on the cake. This is where Liverpool have differentiated themselves to what Arsenal have done. I know we're early doors in the transfer window, but you've got your marquee signing in. That pumps up the fan base, that pumps up the players. And now you can take your time because there is time now. The missing piece is obviously the number 9. That's the main one. You know, yes, you do need 1 or 2 bits here and there, but there isn't that pressure that I think should be being put on the Arsenal board and their sporting directors, etc., to get players in because you've done good business already. Therefore, you don't need to rush into it. You can have a look at Ekitike. Is he going to be the right fit? You can profile him better under no pressure. I don't think you get Isak. I think Isak doesn't move this summer. Yeah. But getting in Ekitike...
Yeah, but you guys say that. It's not impossible, though.
I'm not saying here I'm putting my mortgage on it. I'm just saying, in my opinion, I think he still stays at Newcastle for another year. And then maybe next summer they see where it is. But what you've done is put yourself in a position where you don't need to rush into panic signings. That's the thing. Because even if, let's just say Isak is the guy you guys want or your board wants, right? You have enough for me to challenge and potentially win the title without buying the Isak, if you can keep a Jota fit or whatever, and then maybe doing a deal for Isak next year in the summer. That's the position you're in. Whereas
I understand your logic because your logic constitutes Newcastle not having to sell, which I agree with.
Yeah,
Newcastle do not have to sell. However, we all have
if
to be
he
objective.
pushes the move,
we're here to have objective conversations. We're here to not just haha all the time. Yeah, and with all due respect to Newcastle, they're nowhere near Liverpool. So if you're looking at it from a pure player perspective, if you're Alexander Isak, Liverpool come knocking, Liverpool come calling, you might go like, yo, I'm going to go play with Vert, Salah, I'm going to the Premier League champions, I'm going to compete. Because, yes, Newcastle are in the Champions League. We all know that, right? But Newcastle are not a serious contender for the Champions League. Meanwhile, if Liverpool sign Isak, we're not just serious contenders for the league, we're serious contenders to do the double. And possibly the treble.
I agree with you. I agree.
So from a player perspective, there is nothing stopping Isak from saying yes to Liverpool from a purely player perspective.
What if other clubs come in, like Arsenal and other clubs also will come in? No,
I think Liverpool are more attractive than Arsenal right now.
Yeah, but it depends to the player or not, because if we have been linked with Newcastle with Isak for more than a year now, and I think given our spending so far, we might have more budget to give Newcastle what they're looking for.
You definitely don't have more budget because Liverpool have spent less than Spurs in the last 4 years. That's why we're spending like crazy. Because
it doesn't matter about 4 years, bro. What are you talking about? PSR is a 3-year cycle.
No, I'm saying in the last 4 years, forget even 3. In the last 4, we have spent less than Spurs, so we can spend money.
It depends. It depends. How much have you spent now? How much that's
we make the most revenue in the Premier League, Wolfie.
Oh, okay, but there's still
United
an equation. There's still an equation.
We made حبيبي United انت بعدك ب 2010 يا اخي the report is this is the biggest difference.
So isn't it City?
This season is the biggest difference in revenue between Liverpool and Man United in history. We made 150 million more than them.
Okay, let's not get into the financial side of it. Let's just.
By the way, Wolfie, just so you know, us winning the Champions League group stages, 80 million. Us winning the Premier League, 100 and something million. So we've already done that. Now, when you do all these stuff that we got as bonuses from doing well in these competitions, and the fact that we're gonna get 70 for Nunes. There are players that are gonna be moved on. Don't say haha 70 for Nunes because Saudi offered 80 in January. So you know Saudi exists, you know they can pay the money. So Nunes is off. You look at certain players we're gonna sell, we're gonna
You said 70, yeah? 7-0. That way around.
yeah.
Not 0-7, yeah?
Bro, if you're asking me what he's worth, I will tell you literally a can of tuna. But at the end of the day, that's not what clubs do, bro. Clubs pay money.
Look, the point on Isak for me, bro, is that this only happens if he forces it. And he
Which he
doesn't
won't.
strike me as that kind of player.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
He might.
No, but I think this could be one of those Harry Kane, Gyökeres style promises where they say to him, right, we need you for this Champions League campaign with the gentleman's agreement that if Liverpool, Arsenal, Madrid, whoever come in next summer, you can go with our blessing, because he's still got a couple of years, I think, left on his contract. So they can be assholes about it and say he isn't going, but they don't want to.
And they have other players.
Yeah.
They have other players they can sell as well if they need money. I don't think they do, but if they need.
And they're fine on
Rodrygo.
PSR. So you can't put the pressure on them. Two ways he goes. You overpay for him or he forces it. Newcastle will not agree with it because they know their fan base won't be for it. And they know what
overpay
the difference he
means
makes.
overpay means 150, nothing less.
Minimum.
Than that. That's overpay.
Yeah, minimum.
Yeah, minimum.
Yeah.
But wait, is this? Sorry, I just had to think about. Is this Iskandar Ishaq? Is that who we're on about?
Yeah.
Yes.
Iskandar Ishaq. So you know what it is? I can't now. If Liverpool sign Isak, then he's pretty much reps. Because listen, look,
And the
Hussam-
league.
No, you know what it is, Hussam? Listen, Hussam knows this, and not like a lot of other rival fans. Everyone knows how much I rate Mohamed Salah. I think he is an all-time great. I respect him a lot, and he's
Better than Hazard, yeah.
Nah, but that's a confident of it. I don't want to. And listen,
Oh.
as J Cole, as my guy J Cole once said, they act like two legends can't coexist. And on top of that, he's a Muslim player.
They can, but who's better? Like you
Listen,
can have that combo.
Listen, that's I told you that's a combo for another day. It's not relevant.
Ashraf, working with Wolfie so much has made you like a rage baiter as well now, you know? Like
Good
you're now
question.
asking these
That's a good
questions, you know?
a
That's
good
like
question,
what Ashraf just did is usually what Wolfie does on streams, you know? So he's better than Hazard, yeah? That's such a Wolfie moment right there. But
Good
it's delivered
question.
by
That's a good question.
Fair. Anyway, go ahead, Abdullah, go ahead.
But yeah, so for me, like, listen, the biggest issue that I think Salah has faced the last few years is the only real clinical attacker he had when he played was Sadio. And Sadio, you know, since Sadio's left, no one's really, or since peak Sadio's left, no one's really been that clinical. Like Jota, yes, but he's been a bit unreliable. Diaz has, Firmino obviously left as well. So with Isak coming in, with the fact that he's probably one of the most clinical players on the planet, Salah might not even just break the assist record. He probably might set a new one, like with a comfortable distance. Because you saw the chances that he created last season where Nunes violated. Like I remember this one, which what was it? Liverpool. We played Liverpool right at the end. He put in a perfect cross. Nunes had the entire goal to aim at, and he basically sent it to the corner flag with his head. Pause. So if Isak signs, then boy, it could be a bit peak. So inshallah, it doesn't happen.
Yo, is he actually called Ishaq? No, for real. Is he
No. That's just my only twist. I said.
Okay, I was gonna say, but it kind of made sense.
Nah, it's not. He's not.
Here's the thing.
By the way,
Bro,
I'm
where
not
the
even joking.
Where the fuck is the Fabrizio Isak tweet, guys? I literally screened it literally fucking yesterday. You know, I need to use this bookmark bullshit on Twitter more effectively because it just
You got
Yeah.
Twitter now.
No, I do have a burner. Everyone knows this, but I don't use it for anything. I literally just because you know you have to read transfer news and stuff. Where the fuck is it, bro?
I genuinely, I'm not even joking, guys. I'm not just saying this as an awesome.
Can I just say something to Jack, please? One second. Hear me out.
Yeah.
Hear me out.
Yeah.
Alexander Isak has been Liverpool's dream target since day one, but it remains complicated. So look, here's the thing. Let's put the facts on the table. Fabrizio himself saying that it's complicated, so no problem. We all admit, we all agree, all four of us are saying it's complicated. Does anyone say it is impossible? I don't personally think it's impossible. I think it's a possibility, but is it a probability? I would say no. possibility, يعني it can happen. Like if you tell me, is Lamine Yamal coming to Liverpool? I will say impossible directly because 100% it will not happen. There's zero chance of it happening. But if you tell me Isak, I don't think it's an impossibility. The thing is, Jack is right here. Every time we bring up this topic, all people do is like, there's no way he's gonna go to Liverpool. Why would he go to Liverpool? Newcastle have Champions League football, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, guys, with all due respect, Isak did not grow up in fucking Sweden dreaming to play for Newcastle United. Let's all be objective here. Yeah, you wanna know what pisses me off? I'm objective. So when the Trent to Madrid thing happening, Wolfie and Ashraf will vouch. They worked with me all season long. I said Trent has gone to Madrid. From day one, I was probably the earliest Liverpool fan, and they both will vouch that I said Trent is going to Madrid because I understand the allure. Now, if you're Newcastle, with all due respect to Newcastle, yeah? With all due respect, Liverpool are Real Madrid compared to Newcastle. They just won their first Carabao Cup in 70 years, bro. Yani, what are we doing here? Does Isak, in his current stage in his career, does he want to win the Premier League? Does he want to win the Champions League? Does he want to win these things? The answer to that question is yes. Let's cut the bullshit. We get it. They have Champions League football. But it's not like Newcastle haven't sold players when they had Champions League football before. Bro, how many clubs have we seen that Aston Villa have sold players? Like people, bro, like teams sell players. Specifically, if a football club calls you that have just won the league, just signed Verts, has Mohamed Salah. So you think Isak is like, nah, man, I'm trying to play next to Jacob Murphy. Why do we act like those things don't happen in a footballer's
Yeah, but
head?
why do you act like they're not building something either? Because I think Newcastle are a couple of players short of at least challenging next season for the league. And I don't think that's an outrageous thing to say.
Listen,
I
Newcastle.
don't think Eddie Howe is good enough to
do-
challenge for
Do you know what it is with Newcastle? Listen, I can't lie. I hear this, but at the same time, I don't know. Yeah, I agree with Ashraf in the sense of Eddie Howe. Slightly, I don't really know. And also, there's just the issue of, I don't know, I think part of it is a depth thing because, listen, like, they don't have that much centre-back depth as far as I'm concerned. I could be wrong. Like, but
Yeah,
from
no,
what I
they
see,
need another centre back, which they will get.
Ooh.
They will get.
Newcastle. Also, they
Oh,
need
yeah.
a serious right winger.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's not like what I can't believe I'm doing Liverpool. It's not like what Liverpool did a few years ago, where they basically destroyed the league. That was a one-off. That's something that you didn't really expect. The fact that and they had like 5 or 6 guys who you could class as all-timers from back to front. That's not something that happens all the time. So Newcastle, I don't think they'll compete next season, even if unless they add in like 4 players of real quality for them.
No, they don't need 4. They don't need 4.
No, they do. Because here
Bro,
this
who would you change in their midfield? Each
Well,
of their midfielders gets in pretty much every team.
No, I disagree. I think they need a creative midfielder, in my opinion.
Also, hear this.
So you don't think Tonali gets in most teams? You don't think Bruno gets in most
No.
teams? You think Joe Linton?
Bruno, maybe, not Joe Linton. Not Joe Linton and not Tonali.
You know what's funny about Tonali? I think this is an unpopular opinion. I think Tonali is a bit overrated, but that's a comment for another day.
He's not.
When it comes to their midfield, they probably need someone else who gives them something slightly different because most of their guys, they're physical, they're runners, in it. I'm not saying they don't have tech. Of course they have tech, but they're not like. It's not. You see, when you watch like McAllister, or when you watch Enzo, or when you watch I don't know. Let me just think of another techie midfielder.
Florian Wirtz.
No, they're the only team that you are saying could challenge for the league that don't have a creative midfielder. Like we have Odegaard, City have Foden and Shirky, let's say. Liverpool have Wirtz, Chelsea have Cole Palmer. Like every team
Forest
has
have Gibbs White.
I wouldn't go that far, Chris.
Yeah, every team has someone. Newcastle need that player eventually. I think they will get him
No,
eventually.
they don't.
Yeah, but you
They
guys
don't,
are
bro.
way
Yes,
too.
yes,
Why are we taking Newcastle to like challenging for the league already?
Wolfie
here's the thing
did.
about-
Wolfie did. Yeah.
Okay, but here's
I
the thing.
genuinely think it.
Okay,
Let-
Wolfie, hear me out.
Go
They're
on.
now going to have to get used to playing 2 games a week, which is something. Second of all, they need depth because you can't run Gordon, Jacob Murphy, and Isak in every fucking game in
Agreed.
every fucking
Agreed.
competition. They need depth for Tonali, Bruno G, and Joe Linton as well, because those players were dead tired towards the end of last season, and even you saw it with your own eyes, Wolfie, because even they like kind of just like started to limp towards the top 5. They ended up getting there in the end, even though they lost to Everton last home game. So if you just did your job,
Yeah,
Wolfie, you would win
that's
this league.
last season. That was last
Yeah,
season.
yeah. Point is they need squad depth because now, here's the thing: Isak and Gordon and Joe Linton and Bruno G and all these guys, they're gonna have to play Saturday, Wednesday, Sunday, Tuesday, blah blah blah. These things are something that you cannot just push to the side. And I will mention this as well when you get to the Chelsea section, bro. There's a difference between when you play FC Noah and you can bring under 21 versus when you have to play Atletico away. Because guess what? Now Palmer has to start, Enzo has to start, blah blah blah. And that's my point. Newcastle still have to get used to 2 games a week. Now, do they have to sell? No. But if Liverpool offer 110 million, let's say, for Isak, and Isak says yes and he wants to join, Newcastle could then take that money and buy 4 or 5 players. And by the way, Newcastle are interested for a few players from Liverpool. Like they like Harvey Elliott, they like Joe Gomez, they like Kwanzaa, blah, blah, blah. So I'm not saying it's going to be like this NBA trade thing, but it's objectively better for Newcastle now to build up their quantity. Is that an objective take?
But
it is.
Hussam, the reason I disagree is because we have also been chasing him for a long time. And I think we were willing to pay 100 million and all, and Newcastle made it clear he's not for sale. They're not going to suddenly switch their mind when they have Champions League football and they have more money because Liverpool came knocking, as if they're best friends with Liverpool.
Exactly.
Genuinely. And this is why I'm saying if he becomes available and now news gets linked that actually he is looking for a move, Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, all are going to be seriously in for him.
Yeah, but you
It's
won't
been-
choose Arsenal over Liverpool. Me and you both know it.
No,
Allow
you
it.
don't know that. Zubimendi did it. Zubimendi did it. You don't know
Zubimendi did not choose Arsenal over Liverpool.
He also
He did choose
consider.
Arsenal over Liverpool.
No,
Hussam,
he
don't
did
do that.
not.
Come on.
No, he did not. You know
Hussam,
that's
you're doing the
complete lie.
Wolfie. You're doing the Wolfie shameless thing with words. Stop
What
doing
did I
that.
do?
I'm not doing the
Wait,
Wolfie shameless thing with Verts at
You
all.
are.
Because
You are.
Zubimendi-
He rejected you last season. He
Zubimendi-
accepted us this season.
Zubimendi said if Zubimendi said no to Liverpool in the summer and then joined Arsenal in the same summer, you would be correct.
Because
But
we
he
didn't bid
joined
for him
Arsenal.
last summer. We bid for Moreno because we were told
Yeah,
he had
Habibi,
to
in
Makes a
December-
good point. It makes a good point.
Literally in September,
on,
it came an
Hassam.
article that Zubimendi regretted not leaving Sociedad.
Okay,
So
so
that's a
if
fake argument, Hassam. That's a fake report,
Ashraf,
and you know
Ashraf,
that.
so answer me this then. So if I asked my wife to marry me, or she's not my wife, if I asked her to marry me last summer, and she said no, have I been rejected?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. If someone else, a friend of mine, then asked her to marry her this summer, and she said yes, does that change the fact that I got rejected?
No.
Okay, Khalas.
I make
But I never
no.
denied that. He's saying that he rejected us for them, but it didn't happen in the same summer.
Meaning he rejected you guys, and then he accepted to
Yeah,
join
he
us. So my
rejected
point
you.
is,
No. But hang
And
on.
he moved to Arsenal the summer after.
Hang on. The reason you know why this make did you know why I'm not hearing this? Because yes, he did reject Liverpool, but this Zubimendi thing, like, for all the shit I've been hearing, I accepted Arsenal. Apparently he accepted in January. Why is there news every other day of he wants to go Madrid now? He wants to do this, he wants to do that.
that's all fake as well. It came out debunked by Fabrizio and the others saying that's not true. And then a big Madrid account tweeted saying, yes, Madrid thought about him, but never actually made an offer and never even spoke to him. And there was
Okay,
no
cool.
clear true link that he really wanted to join.
Okay, can I ask you a question then?
Bro, you guys
Alright.
are packed. You guys are packed in the midfield. Why would Madrid add a 7th midfielder or 8th midfielder?
Listen, hear this. If let's say you're right for a minute, because I'll be honest with you, I didn't see the news that Fabrizio put out, so I can neither confirm nor deny if you're telling the truth. I'm not saying that you're bullshitting me, by the way. But if that's true, how comes I've not seen Zubimendi in a kit or whatever, or there's not been breaking news? That
Sami Muqbil, so I don't know if I mean Sami Muqbil is reliable, but I don't know if I believe him so much. Obviously, I trust Ornstein and Fabrizio more, but Sami Muqbil came in the Football Terrace. I was watching that show, and Terry asked him the same question, and he said there's some I don't know what it could be, like some tax reasons why they'd want it to be announced in July instead. And this was like
It
more
would
than a week.
it would go into the new PSR window, I assume. Would that be what he
Is that
said?
the case? I don't know. I have no
30th
idea.
of June is the cutoff for PSR. 1st of July becomes the new cycle as well. But that doesn't matter because it's prorated. So I don't think
I
that
don't
would be
know.
the reason.
But that's what Sami Muqbil said. So
Mm.
if you believe him, then he said that. He's like, there's a reason they're trying to see if they can put it in July. But my whole point is, like, if Isak does become available, I don't think he just says Liverpool and that's it, especially when we have done groundwork with him before. I don't agree with what some of the comments are saying. Oh,
Do you
his
agree with
idol
this,
is
then?
Henry, so
Here
he'll
you go.
choose Henry.
Zubimendi rejected Arsenal, then rejected Liverpool, then Arsenal went back in for him. Liverpool didn't. Both were rejected. Arsenal just asked twice. Is this fair?
I don't think that's
The
case,
summer
bro.
before you wanted Zubimendi and he said no, ya Ashraf. Don't be disingenuous now. Now you're
But
doing
Sam,
the Wolfie.
No, Hassan, because if he wanted
You're doing a
Liverpool,
wolf in
willing
it.
to look at Liverpool, you guys would have gone back for him in Jan or now,
Okay,
and you
stop,
haven't.
stop, stop. I
You
am
want to be
acknowledging
midfielder, right?
already. I said to Wolfie, and I'll say it for the 100th time. Zubimendi rejected Liverpool. I never denied this, Yahi. The thing is, the summer before that, Arsenal wanted him, and he said no at the time. And then now, the difference is 8 months later is we just didn't try again. You tried again, and you're gonna get the player. That's it.
I need
Yeah,
to see
but-
those reports where we actually went for him. I wonder if that's just fake me because we all know for a fact, based on Fabrizio and Ornstein and all, that he rejected Liverpool last season. I'm gonna go through these links where we actually bid in for him. Or did
Who,
we inquire?
Zubimendi? He rejected us. He said he wants to stay at Sociedad.
No, I'm saying Arsenal 2 seasons ago. Because you said he rejected Arsenal first, right?
No, I
Where are
remember
those-
verbatim making Zubimendi to Arsenal videos literally 2 summers ago on this platform.
But was it an
Yeah,
inquiry
but
or
had
was
they
it?
put a bid in? Had they put a bid in?
Yeah, it's different, bro. But anyways,
Anyway.
well, I'll
Or
check
was
it
it a
out.
link?
I haven't seen
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Okay,
obviously-
using your logic, we never put a bid in for Zubimendi, by the way.
Yes, you did.
Okay,
No, we
okay.
did not bid. We
I'm
did not bid.
saying,
Because
was it a
before we even
link?
put a bid, the day after he said no.
Okay, I'll refer. Was it a link to him?
I promise you,
or-
Wolfie, you will never get away with it with me. I'm telling you, lose the battle to win the war. You cannot try to win every battle with me because I will
But-
destroy you. I promise you.
So you're saying, so Hassam, just to confirm, you're saying if you went back for him again with Arsenal, you would have got Zubimendi?
Yes, of course.
No, you wouldn't have. Bro.
Because Liverpool are more attractive than Arsenal in this point in time.
No, you are not, bro. Come on.
Nah,
That's
they're not.
No, wait, no. I agree with that. You are, but for whatever reason, and I've always criticized Chelsea's players for that. For whatever reason, players don't think that way. I don't know why. Like I'm still
Players
shocked
don't
that-
think that way. Like who? Like Florian Wirtz, who, according to
no,
Paul
no,
Joyce, according to Paul Joyce, and
Of-
I'm not bringing a fake fucking
Paul
facts here.
Joyce.
Paul
Wirtz-
Joyce
but
Ben
Wirtz ruins
Jacobs,
your argument.
and Ornstein, he said no to Bayern, he said no to Man City, he said no to Real Madrid. Fact.
Wait. That ruins your argument because you're not the most attractive club in England. It's City right now. So the fact that he chose you over the most attractive team proves my point. Caicedo choosing Chelsea over Liverpool, even though it's a stupid reason, proves my point.
Yeah,
Lavia
of
choosing
course.
Chelsea
Yeah,
over Liverpool.
Caicedo is.
proves my
But
point.
Caicedo made the wrong decision, of course.
No,
By the way, another one. I'll give you another one. Lisandro Martinez picking United over Arsenal also proves
He made the wrong
There's
move,
less-
100%.
there's lots of reasons. That's the reality. I don't know
Yeah.
why these players do that stuff, but for whatever reason, they go with emotion. They go with something else, whatever the hell it is. I think
Look.
Mikel Arteta being from the same place, it's not even money. I don't think we would necessarily pay more than
Okay, so
Liverpool.
you're saying
Maybe.
if Hato got a bid from Liverpool, he would choose Liverpool because Slot is Dutch.
No, I don't know, but there might be different reasons. For example, Eric Ten Hag wanted Timber, and Timber rejected Ten Hag and United
Yeah.
and said, "I only want Arsenal." And he
Yeah,
joined
but
us.
you're very nasty for that one because
Why?
you know the reason why Timber didn't go to Man United because Van Gaal told him I wouldn't choose you for the national team if you do that. You know that.
Yeah, but
No.
maybe
That's a real link
I
as
don't know if
well.
that. I don't know if that. Okay, but okay,
Now
fine.
you
So
want
that's
context into reasons. Is that what you're doing?
yeah, exactly. So what if there's context for Zubimendi? I want to work with a
Exactly.
Spanish manager who promotes Spanish players who plays the way I like. What if Caicedo
Okay,
thought the
let's
same
put it
thing about
this way. Let's
Chelsea?
put it this way.
Even though I
Instead of-
disagree with what
Instead
Caicedo
of
did, by the way.
specificity on just one player, I think if you line up 100 players right now and you offer them the same exact contract terms at Liverpool and at Arsenal, I think I'm going to be objective here. 60%, 65% choose Liverpool, and the rest will choose Arsenal. 35%,
No.
40% choose Arsenal.
Can I tell you what I think?
Well,
I
it
think
depends on the position, to be fair.
65%. Yeah, it depends on the position, but let's assume position is available for both. I think 60, 65, maybe even 70% should pick Liverpool. But for whatever reason, that doesn't happen. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but in reverse, when you tell me
The
about
Wirtz
City,
example is perfect. Wirtz example
yeah, but when
is
you tell me
amazing.
about
because
City,
It's
I
one
he should have
example.
joined.
One
I
example.
say out of those 100, probably 60% of them would choose City over Liverpool. I have no problem saying that.
Yeah, but Wirtz did the opposite. There you go.
Because
Wait,
Liverpool,
Wirtz
so
is
you
opposite.
are
Yeah,
agreeing
but one
that
of the
City have more pull than Liverpool then by that. You're
They
saying
do.
City have more pull than Liverpool.
Wolfie,
do
I love
now.
the fact that you come here and you try to have gotcha moment for no reason. Habibi, from the show,
Sam has
from
always
a
said
month-
this, by the way.
from the show from a month ago, I said City have more pull than Liverpool.
Okay,
Now
tell
what?
us. When I say Liverpool, no pull, then
No,
I'm correct, you would agree.
see, but you see how you twist statements. There's difference between City have more pull versus Liver no pull. It's two different things.
Oh, okay, but I'm not comparing Liverpool Hull versus Scunthorpe United.
Okay, I'll give you another example. Let's look at a
Uh-huh.
completely different club, Bayern Munich, right? If you ask 100 players who are not German, non-Germans in the world, would you
Uh-huh.
rather play for Liverpool or Bayern? I promise you 80% would choose Liverpool over Bayern. I think 70% would choose Arsenal over Bayern. I think 60% would choose Chelsea over Bayern. No problem. You don't know
I
why?
don't
Because
know
they want to
about
play
that
in the fucking
because
Premier League.
you know
Okay,
what?
Because
so
no
what's
one's
your debate?
arsed about fucking Bundesliga like that.
Listen, I can't have some not really to score an own goal, but we saw this situation with Bayern and an English club last season, and as much as it broke my heart because you lot know how much I love this player,
Yeah,
Or
he went
Chelsea
to Bayern.
didn't make a
Olise.
bid for Olise.
huh?
Nah, come on.
Chelsea's
They
problem was they
Bayern.
didn't offer the money for Olise.
But apparently,
Listen,
Olise
so-
wanted Bayern.
You
Or
know,
am I
it
wrong?
was-
Maybe I.
Okay, maybe you know what, guys. Once again, let's stop using individual examples. I'm looking as well
But
at
that's the most
league.
recent one, Hussam. It's not just the individual one.
Example, but
I'm looking at the league, the attraction of the league. With all due respect, Bundesliga compared to Premier League is like so minimal, bro.
Yes,
Even
Hussam,
for
you're
your
right.
marketing, even
You're
for
right.
who you are as a player, even for your brand deals, even for everything.
Yeah, but Hussam, you say this, but when you look at the Bundesliga, now forget Bundesliga. Bayern Munich as a club are bigger than Chelsea and bigger than Arsenal. The only clubs
I
in
agree.
England, the only
I
clubs there's literally two clubs you could argue are bigger, or some would say they're outright bigger, which are Manchester United and Liverpool in terms of English
Yeah,
clubs.
over Bayern, yes, correct.
Now, when you look at the prestige of playing for Bayern Munich is bigger. You've probably got more of a chance of winning the Champions League there. You get paid better if you go to Bayern Munich. If you've seen their wage structure, it's my God, they're paying Musiala like close to $500,000 a week, just as an example. So there's many reasons why people
Yeah,
go
of
Bayern
course,
Munich.
money comes into it as well, 100%.
And also, Hussam, another thing, listen, you said the league and whatever, bro. You know for a fact every single year Bayern Munich will be playing Champions League football. I cannot tell you for a fact that every single year Chelsea will be playing Champions League football, or Arsenal will be playing Champions League football, or even Liverpool will be playing Champions League football every single year, just as an example. And before people say I'm bullshitting, we've seen this happen a few times. You know for a fact Bayern Munich every year they've got Champions League on offer, and it's not just being there; they've got a chance of winning it. So why is Bayern not an attractive club?
Okay, by the way, January of 2023, Ashraf, just so you know, Martin Zubimendi has already decided that he wants to move to the Premier League at the end of the season and has his heart set on Arsenal, not Barcelona. Arsenal reached an agreement with Real Sociedad this month to pay Zubimendi 52.5 million. You get me? And Arsenal explored the idea of Martin Zubimendi of Real Sociedad 12 months ago, and interest remains strong. However, multiple factors would have to combine to make it happen. Despite his contract, including a release clause, Zubimendi would have to agree to go, and this has been a stumbling block in the past. This is 2023.
that's
Thank
not a
you.
rejection, then, is it?
That's not the point. I'm not using your
No, that
logic
is
to
the
argue
point.
my point.
Wait. What's the source?
2023, right here.
Source.
Because
Fabrizio,
your statement was he
Fabrizio.
rejected
Fabrizio.
Arsenal.
Check Fabrizio. Fair.
You said he rejected
And
Arsenal.
David Ornstein as well, by the way.
No. You said
So
he
Zubimendi
rejected-
said no to Arsenal. Summer later, he says no to Liverpool. You come back and
that's not what you just read. You said that they looked to explore it and it was complicated. Did you not?
Yeah, but that's the same thing with Liverpool.
That's
because
not a
the
rejection,
stumbling
bro.
block was Zubimendi agreeing to go, which is what happened to us.
That's not you cannot make that statement on that. Exploring it could have been the contractual issue or the fees that his club wanted. It could be his agent fees or anything like that. That statement you just read does not say he rejected Arsenal 2 years ago. So your statement of he rejected Arsenal, then he rejected Liverpool, and then he chose Arsenal is utter bollocks.
How, when I
Yeah,
literally just brought you proof?
Wait, I'm trying to
Saying
find Fabrizio.
they explored it and it looks complicated does not mean rejection.
Okay, once again, you are using your logic to debunk something that I said that does not go ahead with my logic. My point is, I'm bringing up what Nags Game is saying in this super chat, which is Zubimendi says no to Arsenal, and then a year later he says no to Liverpool. 8 months later, Arsenal come back for him. He says yes. That's it.
No, he said.
Anyway, let me read this super chat before we move on to Chelsea. Big up to Jack, who says, let's stick to the facts, Ashraf lad. Liverpool are the most attractive club in England now, based on the fact we legit got Verts from Bayern City and Madrid.
I mean, for starters, I don't know why you're screaming in your thing. I mean, I know why we're screaming because we're content creators. But secondly, Hussam and himself, the guy you're trying to back, Hussam himself disagrees with this logic, and I completely disagree with that as well, because you're not just attractive or more attractive than a certain club because you pulled one transfer over another. It has to be like something that you see over a long period of time, which is why by Hussam's logic, which I completely agree with, City are the most attractive club in England because over the last 4 or 5 years, they've been super successful. As Hussam said, if they go for 100 players, 60 or 70, whatever, choose City over Liverpool. The same way how if you go for 100 players, Liverpool and Arsenal, 60 or 70 would choose Liverpool over Arsenal. I don't think that's how it works, and I don't know why. And this is why Wirtz clearly breaks that norm, because everything that makes sense logically should tell you Wirtz should be going to City. He's replacing De Bruyne. He's stepping into the place of an icon. He's going to be playing the exact same position. He's under the best manager probably in the history of football, who's known to get the best out of midfielders and best out of attackers. And yet he chose Liverpool. That itself tells you that despite City having the most money, paying the most salary, winning the most trophies, still lost, and he still told them no and said, I would rather join Liverpool. That proves the point.
Exactly.
Big up to
One
McGregor,
product doesn't make
who
karma.
said some Arsenal fans are so dishonest about their status versus Liverpool. Liverpool are massive. Only United compare in England, and even now they are behind Liverpool financially and in trophy haul.
Where Man City in that super chat?
Man City have the recent success on their side. But
So-
he's not talking about recent. He's talking generally. Generally, Liverpool are bigger than United now. It's done.
Yeah, over history, all right.
Yeah, but even when whatever you say with history and blah blah blah, خلاص,
No,
now
but
it's,
it depends though.
When
No,
you
he's,
need
talking
and
about,
double
he's saying
stepping
financially as well in that.
yeah, Liverpool are ahead of United financially. It's a fact. This is the biggest difference ever between both.
Yeah,
clubs,
but
ever.
he's saying competing and comparing.
His point is Arsenal fans saying that Arsenal are more attractive, which is not true.
I don't think we're more attractive. I never said that.
Yeah, only thing you have is London pull, which is a thing.
I don't think
It
it's
is
a
a
big
thing. It is a thing.
It is a thing, but not a big thing. Like I
The
don't think
disrespect
it's-
on Arsenal is very strange, seeing as though the best defensive striker in Havertz will carry them in the league, unprecedented circumstances aside.
Why would you speak? You know I dislike Havertz. You know I'm not a fan of his.
Can you
I
respond to
also
him,
just
though?
I
He's
also just
addressing you.
realized now that my lights have been off this whole time. No wonder my shit has been looking so bad. Wait, what did he say? Did disrespect?
You look great, Habibi. Don't worry about looks. With the new
The
haircut,
best defensive
mashallah.
striker and Havertz will carry them to the league. I think if we go in with Havertz as our main striker for the entirety of next season, I generally think we'll be in a top 4 battle. I think we'll be. I'm not even joking, wallahi. I definitely think we'll be finishing top 4 easily. But my point by saying top 4 battle is that we're not going to be anywhere near challenging by March or April, and we're going to be like between 3rd and 4th. But I don't see that happening, to be honest. I think.
So Ashraf, if you could only buy one, Isak or Rodrygo, striker or left wing.
I would get Isak then because
That's a
obviously Isak,
fucking
I think is
fraudulent question because you're asking between two massive difference makers there.
Okay, I'm talking
Yeah,
the position though, but you know.
I'll
what I'm
tell
saying?
you why. I'll tell you
I'm
why.
saying it's a very difficult question, you
Yeah.
know, very difficult.
It
Well, I'm
is.
asking
It
him, he's a
is.
content creator, should be able to answer it.
But I'll tell you why I take Isak, because I don't think we have. So if you look at Martinelli, I was telling this to Mo, yeah. I think this is how Arteta looks at the positions, and you might say this is stupid. You might say this makes sense. I think Arteta looks at it as how many goals can I get from my right wing? How many goals can I get from my striker? How many goals can I get from my left wing? So Martinelli and Trossard combined, they get you good GA. Because what happens with Martinelli and Trossard is that one of them will have 3-4 good games in a row, then stink it up for 3 or 4. The other guy comes in, has another 4-5 good games in a row, then stinks it up, and then they keep switching. So maybe I can squeeze like 25 GA from Martinelli and Trossard combined, but my strikers, no matter what, even if I play with 12 men, I don't think I can squeeze like 25, 30 GA from them combined. Well, one of them is injured till December anyway, so obviously he cannot play.
Spurs have
it's
officially
like-
announced Thomas the Frank engine.
I like
Oh,
what
but how
Jacob
funny is
calls
it, though, that if we get
Frank.
turned down, that's the determining factor of our pull. But if we get a player, it doesn't determine it.
I don't think either one determines your pull. I think your pull gets determined over a long period of time, at least like 2-3 seasons, or at least a couple of windows, not just one window. It doesn't make sense. Otherwise, this summer you're the most attractive club. What if tomorrow you and Newcastle are going for a player? Newcastle attract the player, and the player says, "I'd rather go to Newcastle." Now, are Newcastle the most attractive club in England? It has to be over a long period of time.
So Ashraf, Ben Jacobs says Sesko's agent Elvis tells Romano he is not pressuring his client to leave Leipzig. Even if there may be or will be a strong desire of the player to move to a certain club, we will never force or blackmail Leipzig.
Yes,
maybe he doesn't
please
go
don't
to you, bro.
blackmail. I hope Leipzig do everything they can to hold this guy. I hope they just lock him in, bro. Chain him until the end of the summer transfer window.
Yeah, that's mad. That is mad.
Such a fraud. Such a fraud.
I wish Isak
Merino
didn't get
is a better striker than Havertz. That's not even like a crazy opinion or
Listen,
wow. Merino's better than Havertz. Well fucking done. Well done.
Can I tell you guys this?
What?
I think there's an argument to say Havertz is a better striker than Sesko. I'm not even joking. I think there's an argument to say Havertz.
I think there is. Yeah, I think there is.
I mean, listen, they're both.
Okay, let's move on to talk about this other club in London. Goes by the name of Chelsea. Big up to everyone locked in. Make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing. Everyone, please hit the like button. Everyone, please subscribe. Big up to all the mods who are pushing the likes as well. Guys, let's get the likes up. We have 900 people in here. Let's get to 400 likes at least. 450 likes. Come on. It's a free button. Close the live chat and like the video.
Come on,
like.
you know what to do.
So Mudrik has been banned, Mr. Abdullah, and on top of all this, this is the recent news with Chelsea, which is Chelsea have identified Joao Pedro as a Brighton's key target this summer. What do you think of this current situation with Chelsea?
What, with Mudrik? Okay, cool. Let's do the Mudrik thing.
Both.
Okay. Oh well, listen. With Mudrik, I'm not a fan of him. I never rated him. I think he's an atrocious footballer. And there's other reasons why I don't like him, but I don't need to get into it on stream. Sorry. What was it? Look, but on a human level, I feel sorry for him because I don't like anyone's career.
Abdullah, I'm so sorry. Ben Jacobs bomba. Liverpool believe there could be a window of opportunity to sign Alexander Isak and believe it is worth trying. Newcastle still insists not for sale. Liverpool could offer a guaranteed 100 million plus bonuses that would potentially exceed the deal for Florian Wirtz.
Hassam, you haven't said anything. Nothing has been said in this tweet that's like, oh, this is new.
Shameless. He's shameless.
Like nothing. Tomorrow, Ornstein might tweet, Arsenal are super interested in Isak, and if he becomes available, they really want to buy him.
Break
yeah, we know that.
Wait,
we know that.
I'll be honest, guys. I learned this the hard way.
Anyway, go ahead, Abdullah. Go ahead.
Listen, I learned this the hard way until Ornstein says something. Just
talk about small things.
Anyway, so very simply, when it comes to Mr. Isak, with Joao Pedro, I really like Joao Pedro. Not a player we need. We need specialists. I hate, wallahi billah, I hate these jack of all trade type players, specifically for Chelsea. I appreciate them other clubs, but Chelsea, no. I don't want these guys because it's how I ended up with Nkunku, it's how I ended up with Kai Havertz, it's how I ended up with flipping Joao Felix, all these guys who apparently they're good at everything, they don't excel at anything specifically. If we're going to sign someone, please just bring me wingers. Bring me wingers who are specialist wingers who will take on a man, wingers who can hold width, wingers who can control the football, not like Zoolander, aka Pedro Neto, who's one of the worst wingers in England by a country mile, absolute dross.
Harsh.
He's rubbish. He's rubbish, Wolfie. Elanga's clear of him. I hope you know this. So when it comes to
Elanga,
Hassam, I'll go on further. Maxi Rodriguez and what's his name and Stuart Downing. Albert Riera are better wingers than Pedro Neto. So
he's
that bad.
As soon as you mention Stuart Downing, I'm sorry, you're 100%.
Mention your worst wingers, they're better than Neto. He's garbage. He's atrocious.
Is Neto worse than Sancho?
Yes. And Sancho
is he worse than Garnacho?
Yes. In fact, no, he's not. He's not. Same level.
Same level.
I know he's not better than any of my wingers, that's for sure.
Is he better than Trossard?
No.
Trossard, I have some respect. Hey, Trossard is not bad.
Anyway, so with Joao Pedro, are you really having this reaction to signing Joao Pedro? Like,
he's a good striker.
He's a good striker. Bro.
No, I agree.
Well, Pedro, do you know what, Sam? Listen, for me, look, this is gonna sound mad. Hazan, you know me and you've known me for a very long time. I'm one of the biggest Bobby Firmino fans in it. I feel
Yeah.
like Joao Pedro is a successor to Bobby Firmino. Now, this does not mean he's a bad player. He's clearly a good player, but this also means the best to get the way to get the best out of him, play direct wingers either side of him who will get goals. Now, please tell me who are the direct wingers that Chelsea have who can get goals?
Pedro.
Madueke.
Neto, sorry.
Okay.
Madueke.
Yeah, is Madueke someone who's gonna get goals like Saka and Salah?
No, not goals, but he can get like but wait, Joao Pedro can also score. He's playing that way in Brighton because that's the way they play, because they play with two strikers and he'll play behind Welbeck sometimes. But let's assume he comes to Chelsea where he's the focal point and Palmer's behind him. He'll switch up his game because
I don't
he
think
is.
he's a 9, bro. I agree.
I think
with
he is a 9.
I think he's a false 9, almost a shadow striker. That's his strongest position for me.
For me, that's what I'm saying.
Chelsea
though,
need a
like,
9. You're right. Chelsea just need
exactly,
a person.
I need specialists because these jack of all trades guys, I'm not really trying to hear it anymore. Like, please, just bring me.
Okay, but you have a specialist. You have Liam Delap.
Delap.
Delap is
The
a
lap
specialist.
alone is not enough. What happens if the lap gets injured?
Nicholas Jackson. But wait, Abdihas, you cannot say I want to keep Jackson and keep Delap and get a third striker. You have to sell one then. You have to sell Jackson then.
You sell Jackson. Easy.
Okay, listen.
Yeah, but
Listen,
the club doesn't want to. The club needs it.
Ashraf, listen, look. There's a saying we have in Sudan. It says it's Amil Naim. That basically means you have to pretend you're stupid or whatever, pretend you don't know what's happening. Because with this Jackson guy, no. As a striker, please no. As a forward, yeah, he's useful, but no.
Ashraf, ain't you half Sudanese?
I need a serious striker.
He knows that. Yeah. I'm half Sudanese.
Perhaps.
We did another stream together.
I think you're exaggerating. You are completely exaggerating your reaction on Joao Pedro. Like, he ain't that bad at all. Like, he will help so much with the
saying,
direction.
man.
Hassam, listen, this is what
Can we hear Wolfie? Wait. I want to hear what Wolfie has to say. Wolfie, what do you think of this whole? Do you think he's exaggerating?
Pedro is not. He's a very good player, but
just
Chelsea
not
need a 9. He's
And
not
wingers.
an out 9, man. Yeah, and you need definitely on the left. What's face Madueke for me has not been good enough. So yeah, you can argue you need 2 wingers, but they just need a 9, man. Just go get Osman. Go get Gyökeres.
No, but
man,
guys, they're not
turning-
gonna go for these strikers that'll cost
No,
them.
no,
It'll
no.
go against their model. Think about a striker that fits their model.
I get
Who's available?
their model
This-
and everything. Okay, then what? Ekitike, then is he gonna fit their stupid model? I don't know, but they just need a 9.
Stupid model.
End of. Not a.
But wait. Ekitike is not a 9. He's exactly like Pedro. He plays off a striker. He likes to come back.
That fits their stupid model, bro. If I'm in charge of Chelsea right now, it's Gyökeres. Because the deal is cheaper than Osman. I think Osman's the better striker, but you just get Gyökeres. Plus, you've solved this 9 problem that they haven't solved since Diego Costa, man. Is this a London thing now? Because they're kind of doing what Arsenal have done for the last few years. Just get a 9. Get a 9. Put the striker
You know
up
what it
front.
is? I can't
Trying to
like
do
Wolfie.
this specialist thing where Nkunku's not the 9, and then you got Jackson, who they tried to big up for 2 years, can develop into a 9. Now they get Liam Delap unproven at the higher level of the Premier League. Get a 9, man, and end it.
Yeah, but Wolfie, you know, I agree with you in a way. I agree that a 9 is needed. I don't agree that it's more important than a left winger because my good God,
Yeah,
the lack
I
of
agree.
proper wing play at Chelsea is an absolute disgrace. It is atrocious.
Yeah.
Listen, look, I understand Esteval is going to come through at right wing. That's fine. I can deal with Madueke for a season and just about tolerate Neto for another season. But by the end of next year, he needs to be gone. The left wingers, though, no. I'm sorry, no. That shit can't run. I need probably 2 left wingers, and there's been rumors that we want a versatile forward. No, bring me specialist players in that position who can execute that role properly. Because if you see the way that Chelsea kick ball, you know that guys who are naturally 10s or whatever, or versatile left wingers stroke 10s, they won't land because Maresca likes his wingers to hold width a lot. And he doesn't give them that much freedom to come inside or whatever. Their whole point is that they hold width and shit, and they you know, and then you've got the two midfielders who come into the half space. I'm sounding like a tactical, which is what I hate, but that's just the best way of explaining it. So, as far as I'm concerned, listen, Joao Pedro, he's a good player. In fact, forget good, fantastic player. I'm a huge fan of him, but I can't co-sign this. I'm sorry, and it's nothing to do with his ability. It's just the way he fits into the team.
It's the profile's not right. Look, for me, Chelsea are 3 players, maybe 4. That's all it needs for them to have a decent challenge. You need a better keeper, you need a left winger, you need a striker, and you probably need another centre back. Your squad's deep enough, huh?
And a goalie.
Yeah, that's what I said. You need a keeper, a left winger, striker, and a centre back. Yeah. Outside of that, like your midfield is fine. Your defense, technically, even with that clowning goal, was what, second or third least conceded goals last season. Okay, so the defenders are getting better. They're working better as a unit. Cucurella has been fantastic for you guys. There's enough there. Now just do the basics, man. Fill in that 9, fill in the left winger, change that clowning goal, and you can go and challenge something.
Yeah. Also, you know, Wolfie, I'm so happy you mentioned them. Sorry to cut you off, bro. We need a backup for Cucurella.
Yeah.
Badly, because listen,
did you get rid of Joao, or did he go online?
I was about to ask, I swear, wallah. What happened to England's future, Ben Chilwell? I know he's too old now, but
Chile used to be one of
that guy fell off.
You know what? Chile used to be one of my favorite players, but unfortunately, injuries robbed us of.
That's what we're calling him now. Fuck.
Yeah, listen, but before the injury, huh?
Chile and cold Palmer, man. You know what I'm saying? It's very cold.
Yeah, now he used to be one of my favorite players, but unfortunately,
you know, Chippy Chips.
But yeah, so we need another left back. Now, for me, this is what we need. There's no particular order, but I think just by the way I've been speaking, you can judge what the priorities are. Left winger, above all else, a left winger of quality, and there's a long list of left wingers that I would go sign. A centre back, a goalkeeper, a 9, and a left back, a backup left back with good career. I understand we probably won't get all of these done in one window. So ideally, just get me a left winger, please, because my left wing is dying. And then go get me a goalkeeper because Sanchez is... Listen, I'm not going to go any further because I don't want the stream to get cancelled. And yeah, and the rest will sort itself out.
Fairs. Anyway, let me just read these 2 super chats for your wrap. I think you're being very harsh on Joao Pedro, but khalas, your opinion is your opinion. So
no, but what have I said? Did I call him a bad player?
No. But even then, you're exaggerating.
No, but how? Like, Wolfie,
no, he just. But Hassan, what do you disagree with? What do you disagree with?
You guys keep saying, I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. But at the end of the day, you can hear what he's saying all you want. He makes them a lot better right now. They literally employ Nicholas Jackson.
No, he doesn't. He ends up being another Nkunku in that position. That's the problem.
Listen, look.
I think he can do the 9 role really well. I think he can. He's just not. He doesn't need to do it because Welbeck is in the team. But I do understand Abs's reservation. What if he cannot do the 9 role well? Right, like that might affect them. But I personally think he can do the 9 role because he has attributes of a 9. He can finish, he can get into the box, he can link up, he can do all of that. But because he doesn't need to do that in Brighton and he gets a lot more involved in the play, I think we're saying, oh, he cannot do the other role. Like, I actually think he can play as a proper 9. I would take him at Arsenal over Sesko for sure.
By the way, Liverpool never talk figures until agreement from player. Soon. Yeah, exactly. Until Isak says something, then
legal approaching.
How much would an Ogochukwu chuck if an Ogochukwu could chuck wood?
What?
Isn't this the saying? How much would a wood chuck if a chuck would something?
How much would a woodpecker peck if a pecker could peck wood?
No, there's a chuck.
I mean, you're the grandpa here, Wolfie. You should know these things.
I can't remember.
I'm just born in this country.
Wood if chucked wood? What is it?
£5.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you for the £5. What is bringing down super chats? What are they supposed to send fucking £500 to get recognized? Also, don't fuck with my community because you know they're capable of doing that as well. Anyway, yeah, this is it.
I could say
how much would a woodchuck? Okay, you're saying.
How much wood would a woodchuck cock? Whoa!
How much wood would a
you
woodchuck
added the wrong word.
No, he's doing this because of the age thing. Yeah. I'm not even.
No. Everything is correct except that one word. It's supposed to be how much would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood.
How much
That's
would a
how-
woodchuck
that's
chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? There you go.
Oh,
Chuck
this is stupid.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Anyway.
That's a way, man. What the hell?
Listen, love you all. Like the video on your way out. Subscribe to the channel if you get to do so. Myself, Mo, Roberto, and Dio are back tonight at 10:30 p.m. UK time, Habibis. Please do like the video. Please do subscribe. We are bringing
that'd be
back the content now, step by step. Yep, bringing back the content now, step by step. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. And just chill, Jacob. Just chill, fucking hell. And yeah, is there anyone live? Let me check. Okay, Lewis is live. We redirect Lewis, you guys. We redirect.
Oh, is he
Lewis.
doing the city watch along?
No, I'm talking about Carefree Lewis. He's doing
Oh.
capital conflict. So anyway, we're gonna redirect you guys over to Carefree Lewis G. Go tell him Hussam raid. Love you all, and yeah, see you guys on the other side.
Peace.